Alright, you guys know the deal. Just give it a minute and then we'll get started. A little late as usual, so I don't want to have this take any longer than it has to. This up a little bit, and to that, okay. Okay, we got one. That's a start. Good evening, everybody. So tonight we've got ourselves newly released DC Bombshells Series 2 from Cryptozoic. Break is sponsored by Blowout Cards. Thank you to them as always. There are 2 cases in total for the break. They were done at different times, so they had 2 separate orders. So I didn't have to have Mia number them up. This was the case that's associated to the first order. So this is the first case, first break I mean, and the other one will be for the second. So we've got the same bombshell goodness that was in Series 1. A couple of the better changes or updates are the figures. That's probably the biggest thing. There are 5 figures this time around instead of 3. There are also bronze variants and painted variants, if we were lucky enough to get one of those. And there's a bunch of different inserts. Hold on here. Alright. So real quick, running through the checklist. So we have, again, same thing as before. You have your base set. You've got 2 different types of parallels. So we've got printing plates. Then a couple of different inserts that also have parallels to them. Let's see, Batgirls. So they look just like a baseball trading card. The production sketch checklist, which those they had last year as well. Membership cards, so they're different this year. And let's see here, they're 1 in 28 packs, so that's actually less than 1 a box. We'll have to see how they come out, so that'll be something different. Because most of the other inserts, like the Batgirls, the production sketch, the covers, they're all, 1 in 3 packs, so we should be able to make a master set of each of those. Star Powers, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Star Powers this year, only because it's the amount of white space at the bottom of that card is just enormous. They kind of lost some space there. Let's see, Terrific Twosomes, again, they're the easy ones, and then we got our sketches, 1 a box. And the figures, like we already mentioned. So that is about it. Alright, let's get ourselves started. I hope you guys are going to talk it up, so I got somebody to talk to while I'm opening all this stuff. You know what I forgot to check? Hold on. I want to check one thing real quick on the checklist. Is on the figures. Okay, so you get 1 bronze per case. And then the hand painted we know is 1 in 5 cases. So, fingers crossed we'll get that. So our first figure is a regular version of Harley. Yeah, I'll just... Okay, so the base cards have a red foil outline on them, so that's new. Nice looking base cards. Here's one of the Batgirls. And one of the terrific twosomes. Just so we get an idea what they look like. I'll tell you what, the way these boxes are set up, I'm not sure how easily I'm going to get these cards back in the box. I think, you know what, let's just... I'll just put 2 boxes worth of cards in each one. Make for a cleaner desk. Okay, so here's one of the foils. You know, it's one of their typical foils. It's kind of a refractor. Very nicely done. Trying to think here. No. And it was the membership. That's the one. Alright, so membership will pull off to the sides. All these others will keep them together since that's what should make the mini masters. Okay, here's a gold foil. Again, instead of... Oh, you know what? Crap. Hold on. I lost my encoder. There you go. So instead of the red foil, it's a gold foil. Pretty straightforward. And the sketches, okay. So we got 4 people, and the only person that commented is the one that can't, that isn't going to be able to comment. There's a gold foil of Harley. Like I said, once you go through the first couple of these, I'm not going to show them anymore. So I forget who it was, but somebody, and I think it was the only one I saw up on eBay, was one of the hand painted. There's a gold foil of this is one of the covers. Here's one of the foils. I believe on the checklist, if I had seen it correctly, they actually flipped them around where usually the rainbow foil is their easy parallel. I think they made that one the hard parallel in this one. Here's a gold because I got 4 golds in 2 of the foils. So when this is all said and done, we should end up with 3 foils and 8 golds. I think it was 1 in 3 packs. For the 1 and 1 in 8 packs, that's what they usually do the odds on. There's the gold. Oh, sketch. As I say, I only had 4 cards there. John Rassimo. Let's just finish this off real quick. Gold. There's a foil. So that should be it for the foils. There's gold. Only 3 packs left and we'll be done this first box. Oh, here's one of these press cards, and they are numbered. I didn't realize it's that they were numbered. I didn't notice it saying that on the checklist. And gold. Okay, so we ended up with 3 foils. So our first was a Harley figure. There's 3 foils. Rainbow foils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the golds, so that's good. Get our soft sleeves out. Alright, so we got this press card here, V6. So they're completely blank. This is numbered 304 of 599. And our sketch, John Rassimo is the artist. And this is definitely Boy Robin. I guess they were given a little bit more leeway on, I know the male characters were pretty rare last year. Okay, our second box. So we got, I think that's supposed to be Starfire. Are these no names on the boxes? I'm not missing this, right? I didn't actually look to see but just judging by, let me see, who are the figures of, because I know it was Harley, Starfire, Raven, Superman, and the Joker. Well, it's got horns, so it could be Raven. Yeah, it's probably that. I don't know. Well, it's either Starfire or Raven. Sorry, I'm not up on all my bombshells. Sorry. So did anybody see the painted one that's on eBay right now? It's a gold. There's a foil. I forget. I remember being painted blue, almost like it was supposed to be Killer Frost or something. Gold. I definitely don't disagree with that, but I mean, it's the first one and the only one, which is kind of odd. There's enough cards on there right now that somebody else had to have pulled one. Unless you're just, waiting for that one to sell before they list theirs. I mean, I'd say realistically, okay. Regardless of the artist, I would think that maybe $300, give or take. I mean, unless you get something, insanely nice. I'm not sure if I'm in either one of the breaks myself, but I'll have to, might have to get myself, buy a spot into the break so I can get a base set. I forgot. Or maybe pick up a Harley figure for my daughter. I don't know how much they're going to sell them for. Maybe when we go to the Philly show on Saturday, pick her one up. Here's another one of these ID cards, also numbered to $5.99. I guess my question with these is, do they actually expect you to fill it out? Here's a sketch. Very nice sketch. I need my magnifier to read the name. Because it's like a signature type name. Yes, it is. Gold. Still need one more of the rainbow foil. Well, Bombshell is, there's the foil. Bombshell is just like I don't want to call it a generic term, but it was a term, you know, like back like in the, say, World War II type era of like pinup girls. All right, so this Cabaret Club, it says Joker in the corner, and this is numbered 52 of 599. There's really not much to see on these. This obviously is going to have to be its own hit. All right, sorry, the light's going to disappear for a second here. I have no clue who. It says name. Who is name? Let me go to the artist list. Alright, so there's nobody under N. But kind of looks like a C. Alright, so that's the signature on the back. Just so you can get that first. Like I said, it says very small. It says name, then 2018. But check that out. Very nice sketch. Alright, I'm going to take one quick, because it looks like a C, and then, it's got to be a G or a J. So does anybody have a name that even is close to that? Nope. Is that the name? They put name down as their nickname? That's good. I wouldn't have gotten that one. I mean, obviously, if I would have done a search for name, I'm assuming it would have come up. It's another Harley for our figure. So if the collation is good on the figures like it was in Series 1, I'm guessing we'll have 2 full sets and 2 extras. I didn't get a chance to see any real, like any actual case breaks. So I don't know if the odds are, how good the odds are, or if they're, if anything with Cryptozoic, the odds are in your favor. Like it might say, the printing plates are 1 in 247 or something, but you almost always get 2 per case, something like that. So I honestly, I don't have any idea. So that sketch, the Wonder Woman sketches, that's definitely number 1 so far. I'm curious how people will value the bronze figures, in relationship to there's another one of these things. See, like it says 1 in 28 packs, and I wonder if it's really going to be 1 per box. And the reason why I'm flipping them is because in the first 2 boxes, the sketch is about 2/3 of the way down so far. So, I'm trying to at least make it so that the sketch is one of the last packs I open. Because, I mean, honestly, except for, a printing plate, there's really, I don't think there's anything. I mean, we'll have the star powers. They're, you know, except for the silvers and golds, the red star powers really aren't anything special. And I'll apologize in advance. I got the tail end of a cold here, so I'm a little croaky. Okay, so that's our 3 foils. I need to keep knocking into the edge of the leg on this thing. Get 6 packs left. I think that's the sketch. Save that one for last, unless I'm wrong. Yep, I was wrong. Excuse. Got our sketch. There's the name on it. Looks like the first name starts with a J. Alright, so our ID card here is Arkham Ward, 353 of 599. I'm not going to bother to show it. So do we have a name on it? Yeah. I always get Batman and Batgirl mixed up. I think that's Jason Potraz. I don't remember him sounding his name so bad. Let's see, but there's a Jack Purcell and Jason Keith Phillips. It'll be easy enough to look up the JP. But it's looks like it's partly painted. I could feel like the texture on the front of this card. Okay. Yeah, I know I recognize the JP. So I guess him and that Jack High guy, they have a falling out. I mean, they were always their cards were always together. Alright, what did we get here? Somebody with a fireman's helmet. So I'm gonna guess that's Starfire then. So then that would make that other one. Should definitely have been a Raven. Oh, star power. Flipped right past it. Alright, so we got Catwoman. This is one of the reds. Like I was saying, I mean, they just, there's way too much space there for the name. They should have brought that down and had more artwork on the card. And not 100% sure, but today on my lunch break I was taking a look at what was on eBay for this stuff, and somebody had a bunch of star powers, and could have sworn they had some silvers that they had labeled as reds. I mean, they were overpriced to begin with because it's a new release, you know, so they had reds at like $40, I think. Yeah, the first, was it the first DC set that Cryptozoic got when they did New 52, and it had that huge space at the bottom for the artist to sign their name on the front of the card? See, that's the good thing about like these ones, and like the ones that Rittenhouse has, where you can basically, you know, cover, you know, color right beyond the title on the card. The one other thing, I don't have a problem with the star power cards in general. You know, it's something to add. But the one thing that I bet you they did, yep, I don't know why, but the star power cards, they do them to 10 cards. So if you're collecting them, everything they do, you know, I remember talking to George about that. They were very aware of, you know, non-sport people seem to really like to put stuff in binders, you know, and in pages. So most of their stuff was in multiples of 9. But for some reason the star powers were always, every set that they've ever put out on star power has been 10 cards. Flip this back over for a couple. So B-Pack, where do you fall in the draft? How'd you do with the randoms? Alright, that's our 3 foils. Well, that's not too bad. Figure you get your bronze figure, and then in 5 sketches. I can't imagine anything would go above that, so. Here's another one of these ID cards, or whatever they call them. Harley Quinn Circus Punch Card, number 458 of 599. Got 2 packs left. One's got a gold and one's got a sketch. Oh, this is a gold. Raphael Sa. Like I said, I'm not all up on the... I couldn't tell you who that is, character-wise. But an Arabian sword wielding character. Alright, Superman. Still looking for our bronze. This one, I got a Gotham Police Department ID, 486 of 599. This over. Hey, what's up, Russell? Did you see the your Infinity War break is finally finished? Yeah, thank God near the end everybody just had put themselves on auto pick, and then you had given me a big list, so I was able to, you know, run through like 10, 20 people at a time. I really don't think it's gonna fill. It just, you know, that first week, everybody was jumping on. We filled a third of it, or a little bit less than a third of it, and then it just flat out stalled. I completely agree with you. I forget who it was that asked to do it that way, but you know, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I'll take, you know, 20 spots," and I don't know if they did or didn't, but it was definitely ambitious. Here's our sketch. Looks like that might be a Mitch Ballard. Is he on the artist list? I know, it's kind of like that circle that he does, but I didn't look at the front of the card. I did submit, what did I submit? Defenders, Star Trek Beyond. They had an archive box on sale. I think that's such a great product. And Star Wars Finest and Star Wars Galaxy. Still have Ant-Man and Wasp and the Star Trek Series 1. I can't draw a blank exactly what they called it. Well, I did Defenders, because that one releases soon. There's our signature. And there's our sketch. Yes. Everything that I had, yeah, it was Mitch Ballard. I didn't look at the front, so it looked like his signature. Just didn't want to say 100%. A third Harley, so that's one of our extras. Still need to get a Joker. This box will mark the halfway point. This is box number 6. Wonder Girls. 463 of 599. one more pack and I'm going to flip them over. Are you in this break, Russell, or are you just watching while you're having breakfast? Did you see, God, I'm doing terrible with names. Who was it? Somebody posted they had opened up 3 cases of Infinity War and they pulled a regular Brolin autograph, not the film cell. That's the best card. That and the Holland are the best cards in the whole product. Since there's only 32, 34 of them, whatever it was. Maybe a Sherrard. Oh, it's Hit Dog? Okay. Couldn't remember. Yeah, it's all the golds, all the foils. 3 packs left. Sketch. Gabriel. Who's Gabriel? Alright, so we got this Wonder Girls card. And jump, let's see, Gabriel. That definitely says Gabriel. Maybe it's a last name. I was just taking a quick run through on the figures I didn't get all the way to the end of the list. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm guessing that that's Constantine. Like I said, I'm not up on the Bombshells, but that looks like how he normally looks. It doesn't really have any bombshell kind of theme to it. I mean, it's a really nice looking sketch. I'm not knocking it at all. Just the theme just looks like a normal sketch to me. Unless that's supposed to be somebody else, but I mean with the trench coat and the loose tie. Here's our bronze. And it is Raven. It's probably not really going to show. I don't know why they call it bronze. I mean, yeah, I guess it's bronze. Kind of gold. Okay, we are still missing a Joker to make a set. Now, does the painted one replace the bronze, or do you get a bronze and a painted one? In those cases, I don't know if anybody's, again, actually seen the break. Let's see, Daily Planet. We already got one of these, didn't we? Yeah. I didn't check to see how many cards are in this ID set thing. Membership card, 9 cards. Alright, so there's no way we're making 2 sets out of this thing. So we should get 1 set. Collation is really good with crypto. Are you talking about that card I just pulled? Yeah, I mean they're all normal cards. I mean it's not like they're thick or anything like that. I didn't really notice them. Like, let me just. Yeah, it's just a normal card. But there's 9 cards in the set according to the checklist. So let's see. So that was our first double out of 7. So we've got 6 of the 9. No, they're definitely just regular card stock. Kleber Lima. Got a Green Lantern. You know, I don't know if he just changed his style, but his cards that he did in Ghostbusters were, I mean, no offense to him, they were pretty subpar. But then the cards that he did in Rick and Morty were pretty good, and I mean that's a decent sketch. I don't know. I liked Cube. I thought he was better than him. Here's our Joker. All right, so we made one set. On that Green Lantern card, the artist was Kleber Lima. Yes, Kleber Lima. Yeah, I know there's so many factors that go into, you know, like these sketch artists and what they put out. Because, who was it? It was a woman. Who did all the sketches for that one? Was it a Dunris product a couple years ago? Tempe Moore. That's it. And, I mean, the quality of the sketches, it was just horrendous. Yet, if they had their, you know, and they said that they had to do like 1,000 sketches in a week, so all they could do is just knock out these little crappy pencil things real quick. But, you know, when you looked at their actual body of work, you know, when they had the time to do it, you know, they actually, you know, were decent artists. Oh, pulled a sketch already. Norvian Basio. I'm just going to make you wait here. I'll do this so you can see it. We got a Guy Green Lantern. Yeah, that's right. I'd say that Wonder Woman is still... I would take that Wonder Woman over over the Ballard. So we've got 4.5 boxes to go. We're still due 2 more Star Powers minimum. Another red and a silver, you know, unless we get a gold or a black. We also have not hit a printing plate yet, and by the odds we should get one. And the only other thing I don't know is if we are lucky enough to pull a painted figure, does that take the place of the bronze? So if so, then we're not getting a painted one. There's a star power, and it is a silver of Hawk Girl. We're still looking for 2 more golds. There's one of them. And since we got a star power, there's no way we're going to get a printing plate in the same box. So it's just a matter of getting our last golds. And there it is. Alright, Hawk Girl Silver Star Power. And here's the Green Lantern sketch, Norvian Basio. Come on, focus. There we go. There needs to be a website of all of the sketch artists, and when you click on their name, somebody actually says their name so I know how to pronounce some of the ones that I'm sure I'm butchering. Okay, let's get cracking on the packs. Hey, we're up to 6 watchers. 6 watchers and only 2 people are talking. What's up with that? Oh, dropped the 5. Somebody got shy. You know what? I absolutely love that thread. That's my time frame. I grew up in an arcade. They show a Nintendo or something like that, I get kind of lost because I didn't really do those. But I mean, I posted a ton in there. I was also happy. The one that I posted the hardest one I thought of that I used to play, and nobody ever got it. Oh, there's our sketch. I got my packs all mixed up. Who'd we get? We got Israel Ortega. Oh, and a star power. It's a red Joker. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how old you guys are. So if you were, you know, arcade people or not. But my parents actually owned a bar. Okay. So I grew up in a bar. It was, you know, our house. It was like this really big house, and the first floor was a bar, and the second floor was the house part. And we always had a couple of arcade machines. So I mean, I always played. And I mean, that was such a huge thing in the late 70s up until, you know, geez, I guess like the early 90s. Couldn't tell you how many hours I lost in quarters. No, I didn't get to play for free because they weren't our machines. Like you have some sort of a contract with a vending company, and then they bring the machines in, and you would split 50-50, you know, whatever the take was of the machines. Oops, I just dropped a sleeve. Now the only thing I got to play for free was the pool table was ours, so I could play for free. I mean, you know, I don't remember Pong. I guess you know, I'm not old enough for that, but you know, I mean, we had, you know, Pac-Man and Breakout and Asteroids and Space Invaders, like those original games. And then we sold the bar in 1990, 1991, somewhere right around there. I couldn't tell you what the last games were at that time. Okay. Here's the Joker, red star power. So unless we get a gold, that's all the star powers, or a black. And here's our Israel Ortega. Excuse me. I forgot to show you the figure. I'm sorry. I forgot to show you because it's a painted one. Oh, yeah. Alright, now since this one was painted, I am taking it out of the box. And whoever did it included, like, there's like an extra cushion in here. So this is a Killer Frost, it looks like. Painted in a funky red and black. So the I'll put it right here so you can see it. So I guess the painted ones are not the same ones that are the regular versions here. I mean, the box itself looks identical. It doesn't look any different. I mean, there's an extra nothing in here. There's a little certificate, DC Bombshells, commission an artist to hand paint the vinyl figure, making a one-of-a-kind collectible. The serial number corresponds to the figure. Now, how do you figure out who did this one? I guess you look up the serial number. I don't see any marker on it at all. Nothing. I don't see any signature on the box. So I'm not sure how you're supposed to figure out who did it. I'm looking all over. I guess you could look up the serial number, right? You know what I'll do? Let me do this right now. I will write down this. Oh no, they're not going to know. I was going to say I could ask them on Saturday, but I don't think they're going to have a list of the things with them. Now this box doesn't close, So why doesn't this box close? Because this foam is sticking up. I wonder if there's an extra piece of foam in this one. Let me see these. Oh, there's no foam in these at all. That's why. And there's like a top piece of plastic that holds it down, which is missing on this one. So I guess the artist put an extra piece of foam, or Cryptozoic did, to hold it in place. Okay, well that answers my one question, that if we already got our bronze, I mean, does the bronze replace the painted? And in our case, it's a no. I was wondering, nobody asked why I didn't show the figure first. I didn't know if anybody caught on. I'll be honest with you, it's really not, it's not that big. I mean, if you compare it to a sports card show. And I collect such a specific little thing, you know, that it doesn't do me any good. I go there to go. I spend just as much money in gas and tolls as I do at the show itself. Alright, so this is another Raven. You know what that means? Because we got 3 Harleys, we cannot get a second full set. If, you know, again, not like we're, you know, like a spot is a full set, but just saying. Tell you what, Russell, send me a PM, because you'll be the 3rd or 4th person that's asked me to get them stuff if I see anything there. I don't know, like, are there international fees if you text? Because that's what I was doing. I was just getting people's cell numbers, and I was just going to text them what was there, if they wanted it or not. But my phone is it's a work phone that I use, so I don't exactly want to have my boss call me in because he he got $100 text bill. I used to use Line when I, what was that game I used to play? I used to play, Marvel World of Heroes. And when you know, made your teams up, everybody would use Line to talk. Oh, you know what? We didn't get a one of these cards. The Bombshells, 44 of 599. That's, we did not have that one before. And Robo, just so you know, I hope that we get a painted figure in the second case as well. And that's not greedily, because I don't even know if I'm in either of these breaks. I don't remember if I took a spot or not. If I did, it probably would have been in the second case. And if I did, I'm sure it's a very low pick. That's how mine usually end up. So now, for those of you that are into the Bombshells thing here, obviously, if you're, you know, in the break and watching the break, the fact that they added male characters like the Superman and the Joker, do they have similar value to, you know, like these figures? So you have the Raven and Starfire, for instance. I would think that Superman and Joker would have to be worth just as much as those two. You know, obviously Harley is worth more than anybody. Well, there's our sketch. E. Braga. Oh, Russell, you say you're collecting Iron Man 3 printing plates. Wasn't Iron Man 3 still Rittenhouse? And did they have printing plates in their product? Okay. Foil. There's our golds. There's our foils. And there's our sketch. Let's do this. There's Joker. Alright, so what's the guess here? For our the last box we have to go, it's either going to be Superman or it's going to be Starfire for the Bombshells figurine. So now, what do you think? So we got the painted figure. It's obviously, it's a 1 in 5 case hit. Now, it's definitely abstract, you know, the way it's painted. So where would you value that? So, and Russell, I don't know if you, I guess you didn't get a chance to see it. The second sketch that we pulled was a really, really nice Wonder Woman sketch. And I still say it's the best sketch in the case. Would you just take a printing plate? Would you just take the painted figure because it's rare and has a higher dollar value to it, most likely? Or do you take the sketch? I think that's actually a tough decision to make. Tell you what, I didn't check sold, to see if they do sell, but somebody had a set of little Bombshells that were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and they were asking some crazy amount for them. They were serial numbered, and they all three. I guess you buy it as a set because they all have the same serial number. Damned if I can remember what it was out of. The figures from Series 1, even though there was only 3, they still go for like $20, $25 a piece, don't they? But depending on who painted that figure, you would think, like I would think the bronzes, as a general rule of thumb, would probably be $50, $60, resale. Suicide Squad card 32 of $5.99. And then I think the painted figures, the artist, the character, whatever, will vary, but I kind of average them out at maybe $300. Taking a guess, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. Okay, just one of these last 2 packs will have our sketch. I think it's this pack. Yep. All right, that pack has the sketch. Nothing. Another John Rassimo. He was our first, he did a sketch of Robin, I think. So here he is with Superman. Yeah, and I mean it's brand new, so you figure they'll settle down. I think $25 is probably more realistic. So we got a black printing plate of the Star Power Batwoman card. So it's nice to get the black. But yeah, I mean, I would just take a guess that the bronzes would be worth about twice, 2 to 3 times what the plain figures would be worth. Hopefully, Starfire for our last figure. Hopefully the 11 artists that painted the figures, now that this is out, they'll post what they painted so we know. Because the one that's on eBay, I mean, they signed the base, so I mean that was pretty easy. But the one that's hold on. So the one that's on eBay that I saw, I don't know if any more have made it since, was Kristen Allen. So you figure you look up these other ones. I mean, I would think, you know, somebody like Chris Meeks and Mitch Ballard and Rich Molinelli, theirs are probably more realistic, you know, painted. Some of these other guys, I don't know who they are, or I don't know their work well enough to know if they're, you know, what their sketch style is like. And in the Bombshells thread, it makes sense because I think it was Rich that had posted in there that he did 11, or did he do 10, whatever it was, and he said, I think he said they were all different. So it just must be a complete, you know, I'm sure they probably have the 5 that are here plus 6 others. Because the one, the Kristen Allen that's on eBay, I forget who that figure was of that's on there. I just remember it was painted blue. Yep, not a problem. I will do a quick recap of the sketches. I'll have to test my photography skills, and I'll take a picture of the painted figure when I put them up on the break thread. I'm going to try and get these all done tomorrow night, because by the time I get the second case done, it's going to be too late. My daughter's it's her birthday party tomorrow night, So I'll be home around 9:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere right around there. I'll get the scans done. It's not much to scan. It's only going to be the sketches, the printing plate. I'll take a picture of this figure, and then the same thing in the other case. The Batgirls, that's a new one. So did we at least get one set of these things? So this was card 1. So let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, one set, one extra. You know what, actually, my post office, because I use the post office next to my work, because it's in the same block, so I can, if the weather's nice, I can walk there if I don't have a lot. So usually it means I have to drive, because I have too much crap. It's cold. But I don't think they mind it, because it's a little post office, and they, you know, they were going to close down, but I kind of give myself the feeling, that's a nice sketch. Kind of give myself the feeling that I keep them open, you know, just due to the amount of stuff I scan there. Because I always bring everything and I make them scan it. I don't like dropping stuff off and just putting it in the box. All right, our last sketch is Platinum by Amy Clark, and I got to tell you what, if this wasn't, in my opinion, more of a secondary character, I think this might trump the Wonder Woman. I really like this sketch. Let me just get this to focus good. That is a nice sketch. Alright, that is the end of case 1. Excuse me, so you saw that Amy Clark. And B-Pack, you can help me out because I don't remember some of these already. John Rassimo, Superman. Gotta go quick. I forget what the Braga's first name was. Batgirl. Israel Ortega. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a Green Lantern. Like I said, my Bombshells I'm not super good with. Green Lantern, Norvian Basio. Green Lantern, Kleber Lima. And just saying, from Ghostbusters to this, well, Ghostbusters to Rick and Morty to this, I'd like to call him the most improved artist. Gabriel, Ulysses Gabriel, I think you said. I mean, it's got to be Constantine, but it's just weird because that's not in a Bombshell style, in my opinion. Mitch Ballard, Batgirl. And Raphael Sa, no idea on this character. I actually kind of have a guess, but I don't want to take a shot that I'm wrong. And Jason Portrads. Here is, and I forget who you said this was, name. That was my guess. Talia al Ghul, but I'm not saying it because I was just afraid I was wrong, and I don't want to look like an idiot. That's the Wonder Woman. It was Emmanuel somebody was the artist on this one. They wrote name in the corner, if that helps you out. Oh, E-Man, okay. My bad. And we also got a second John Rassimo. This was our first sketch of Robin. Oh, duh. Alright, so that's all the sketches. Like I said, we also got a black printing plate of the Batwoman Star Power. And, whoops, we got a painted figurine. It is, it's Killer Frost painted. I'll call her Lava Frost because it's kind of like a funky red and black paint on it. And I have no idea who did it. So I will say yes, I agree. I think this was a great case. I'm going to stop this recording so I can upload this first case, move this stuff out of the way, and we'll get on to the second case so I can get it done and go to bed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in a few minutes.